What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Also with JesseW, and we're gonna go over a trade little. Oh, damn! Well, look at this TBLT doing that breakout out of the 125 area. Been waiting for this all morning long. I've taken two scalps on it, and here it is, making the move I was trying to get the last two times I traded it. All right, let's see what happens. Well, guys, I'm a little bitter here. TBLT, I traded this thing twice today, looking for the break of this 125 area and a push up to these 130s. My plan was to sell some here in front of 130 and hold on to the rest for a push to 150. This volume here on this break is decent, but honestly, it is not enough volume for me to jump into this trade right now. So we're just going to go ahead and watch this. It might make a move here. It might make a move here up to 135, but it's going to have to do it without me. I've taken two trades on this today, and both trades were green because I was able to recognize the resistance, know the market conditions we're in, and just take my small profit along the way, right? And just get out of the way, take my, profit, book the green day. I think over the last 6 trading days, I've only had one red day. One red day over the last 6 trading days, so that's pretty good. And here it goes, pushing. Does make you a little bitter here. Let me show you what was going on here today with this stock. It had news. This morning, and we had the 50-day moving average right around here, around this 138 area, and we had these little pivot points here that it had struggled with during pre-market. I actually tried to get filled in pre-market on this stock and just put the bid out there and never got filled. So I waited until market open and I waited for it to show some sort of support, some sort of low, a day I can get long in front of, and I did. Right here, the low at the time was 115. I got long in this candle, a little starter, and then I added as we started to break through here. And I was looking for a push, an immediate push. I don't typically do this. You know this. If you watch my channel, if you've subscribed and you watch my videos, I do not trade, so close to the bell like this. But I did, I was watching this stock all throughout pre-market and well into the open. And I felt safe taking that trade. And it worked out, in the sense that I stopped out of it with profit. Because I did take my starter, I added in here, and then I sold right in there the entire thing when that 125 wall showed up again. Then I took another trade on it here and sold as we squeezed here because I figured 125 was going to hold up again. It did. Then here, no trades for me. And then here's when I started shooting the video, and here we are. So I hope you guys caught a piece of that. I do have both trades live recorded, and I'm going to pull those up here for you right now. Here, no, this is not. Here it is. This should be it, if I'm not mistaken. The first one. Yes, so here we are on the first one. We're already long 1,000 shares at one. It says 119 here, but it was cost basis. 118 was my entry. And I figured my stop is going to be 115. Very low risk, right? So we're going to go ahead and hold on to this and see what it can do. I got a little nervous here because I didn't expect it to come back all the way down there. But then when I started to see that action there, testing that VWAP, I was pumped up about that. Okay, I really was. I actually added 250 shares there. So we're holding support. We're testing this VWAP. So now no shorts have piled in here again. So a pop over VWAP should get me a squeeze up to high day. That's my thought process. So I was looking to sell 1,000 shares up here in front of at 130 in front of the high day and hold on to my 250 shares for a big extension move. The float isn't big on this stock. It's 9.2 million float. So I figured we could have a good move up to that 50-day moving average and beyond. So here we get this action. Once we start getting this action, I'm looking for another volume bar here to go beyond this, like a lot, maybe as big as this or very close to it as we start to squeeze. But what happens? At 125, which in pre-market was an area that was holding up the stock, and I'll show it to you right here. Pre-market action right here, 122, 125. It was an area that, these are 3-minute candles, that was holding up the stock a lot. All of a sudden, started to become a resistance point. Right now, as we've broken through it, let me show you. It's looking like it's becoming a support area. However, I'm not interested in it because in order for me to be interested in this area now as support, these volume bars should be over 1 million. It's not a big enough break on volume for me to think that's actually going to hold up support now. It's got to really show that it's going to be support. Regardless, I'm probably done on the day. I'm going to book my green day and go home, right? So here we are. We can't break through. We can't break through. Volume isn't increasing at all. So I'm getting ready to get out of the way because that volume isn't increasing as we're testing that little pivot point from the pre-market area. That's a pre-market pivot right there. So as you can see, we're still not, we got 10,000 shares on the ask at 126. We're not pushing. We're not getting that volume increase there. I'm still in. My new average is 120. And I'm looking for it to break over that 125. 11,000 shares now at 126. We're not breaking through. Volume, you can see here, is still extremely light. Extremely light volume. Right here, I'm about to get out of the way. Boom, I'm out of the way. Booked my profit there, and that was it. And I'm glad I was out of the way because then we had this nasty candle. Look, right after I sold, we had this nasty candle. Actually, no, it's not it. I actually recorded that candle, I think. Yeah, here we go. Let me bring this over for you. So right after I sold, we had this nasty candle. See? Bam. And then, see how we went all the way back down there, made a new low. I switched over to PTI, was making some noise there. No trades on it. I'll show you all my orders here in a second. So that was it there. Then my next trade on TBLT was here. We made this new low. We kind of established a support here at the 9 EMA. We started to curl up, and volume is increasing as we're trying to break through VWAP. So that interested me. So I decided to take 500 shares here, conserve my profits, and see what would happen. I really was excited with this increase in volume here. But look, we've been struggling there. Yeah, you can see it there. We're struggling there, struggling. Like we can't get through that VWAP. We're getting through the VWAP now, but the volume isn't growing much. At least not yet. So I'm figuring this volume isn't increasing. We have this 125 that's showing that it's extremely hard to break through. I'm going to get out of the way again. And I'm not going to add. So there, I took my profit and got out of the way. And once again, I was glad I did because it then broke back under VWAP. It hit this 115 area once again, 9 EMA, and then as you can see, finally now is when we're getting a move out of it. But it's just been a very, very choppy trade. Like this is, look, there we go. That's the action that I was looking for here and definitely in here. That action should have definitely happened in here. It didn't. That's the name of the game. Booking my green day, going home happy. Here are my orders. In at 118. These are the pre-market that I tried to buy. In at 118, out at 122. Added at 122, out at 122. Then again, in at 118, out at 122 again. So that was it. That's all I was able to do this morning. This action here should have happened here, honestly. What do you think? My thought process was definitely on point, I believe, here. This is the setup I really like to trade the most. How did you do today? Did you catch a piece of this TBLT or did you trade the TVIX? What did you trade today? Roku was an absolute monster. I was not in on that. I was totally focused on this TBLT, which now is making all sorts of moves. Thank you very much, TBLT. Anyways, green day, red shirt. I'm definitely happy. Let me know how you did. Drop it in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe and smash that like button. And I'll catch you on the next one.